Thanks for staying with us. So it's Thursday. We'd like to talk about family, relationships, parenting, the whole gamut of things surrounding relationships. Anyway, so Pastor Femi Lazarus is one of the pastors that many young Nigerians today are following on social media. He's a huge sensation on social media, and he preaches the word in different ways. And one of his last videos caught our attention where he was saying that we must normalize the breakup. And this really struck a chord with us because many of us have been through that phase in life where you're dating somebody, and because everybody is kind of involved in that relationship, you find it difficult to separate yourself or to break up when you see the signs. Because we always tell young people, look out for the signs. But when the signs are there, and then there's societal pressure to say I do, how do you really and truthfully break up? Can we truly normalize breakup in our society? That's our conversation today. You can call us on 081 07641 0902416340. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTV so we can read the tweets. All right, let me come to you when you say normalizing breakup, because the truth is that a lot of young people are seen as naive because we see a bit more than they, because from where we've been married for a few years, their mothers, their aunties will we see much more than they know at the time. So telling you to stay is coming from a good place because they feel that there are some things that you can overlook. But a lot of people feel that, listen, I don't want to, those who have that liberty to say, I'm done. People say that, auntie, stay in one place now. What's your problem? Why you every day are breaking up? So how do we find a middle ground where a young person knows, okay, I can break up if I feel this person is not right for me? You want to start?
So I had a sister at the time. My family is extended on both sides. And, by the time we were just finishing school, she realized that she had dated this particular guy for over 5 years. She started dating early, and the guy was doing some things she didn't like. So we had a conversation. I just came from Delta State, from school then. I do my holidays in Lagos, and then she sat me down. We're having a conversation, and she was lamenting from beginning to the end. This guy does this, this guy does that. I could see all the red flags. In fact, it was even at that time because I had, started giving advice to my friends in the universities. I didn't even know I had a calling in this area at all, but then I know that they would come to me and ask me for my take on what's going on in their relationship. And the few times I had spoken to them, they tried it and it worked out. So if you want to talk about boyfriend, Beecee is your go-to girl. So she was like, I really want to talk to you. And by the time she finished listing everything she was going through, how heartbroken she could be sometimes, and then he would come back and apologize. And I was seeing the red flags all written. I didn't even know it was called red flags at the time. And I was like, oh yeah, break up now. He said, no, I've dated him for how many years? He actually deflowered me. I can't leave him. I said, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Leave this guy. Fast forward though, he did not leave. By the time I was getting close to her marriage, she started again with different concerns. And I said, you still want to go ahead with this marriage? He said, he deflowered me. He deflowered everybody. Everybody will not say I'm a loose girl. Everybody will say I'm this and that. They continued. A few years in the relationship, the marriage, she came to me crying. And all those things she listed the first time we had the conversation had amplified in the relationship. And I said, but why are you crying now? You saw these things before you entered. So what do you want to do now? I say, I've spoken to this person. They say I should stay, that he will change over time and all of that. The story is still the same. She's still in that marriage. The story is still the same today. And that is not what I want to wish for anybody. Because I understand how you can be in a relationship where it seems like you're the only one working. You're the only thread that's holding that relationship together. You are doing double of the work. It's supposed to be like a 50-50. You give me some, I give you some. Where I'm weak, you are strong. Where you're strong, I'm weak. We balance out each other. But when you're in a relationship where you are the only person who has the responsibility to make that relationship work, and you don't want people to say, you have married 2 husbands, or you have dated 17 boys, or you have done this, you have done that. You stay there, it's your choice. So I like the fact that it's a pastor, a religious leader who is saying this, because initially, okay, go ahead.
He was clever enough not to put marriage. He said relationships. So he was being, that was very clever.
So he separated the hair.
Because we've not entered marriage matter, but we'll come to marriage in a second. Because he has not said we should
No, he even said he said, may we not marry rubbish.
Eventually, so that is
so because that's the end goal.
That's the end.
So he's telling you start early.
Start early.
Forbids the bad thing.
Much
early from beginning.
But you see, it's easier said than done, Nima.
No, more. When I was younger, I'm grateful for one thing. I had one clarity because the way I was opportune to meet and date people, it will be in my father's and mother's circle. It will be mother and father, friend, child, something. So you hear the gossip like, it's her daddy that say, it's her mommy that say. Okay. But I had one thing clear. You cannot say that my father was the one behind, even though they were, most times, that they were the ones behind the breakup. If I want to tell you yes, it's yes.
From you.
When I want to tell you now, I will look you in the eye like this, like I was heartless and tell you no. It's because things that I wanted were not happening. Much younger.
You knew.
You not come to our house or my sister's party. You know you would have been serving drinks. You don't have money for service. Why do you want me to come and serve? Because I cannot start to work early. Those kind of small things, I just used to just cancel it. I had one person who stayed a long time through my auntie, trying to get my attention. 4 years. The only thing that turned me off was every time you're asking me to go out with you, you'll be telling me how I will visit all your friends with you in their houses. I'll be like, So that when we get there, they will not eat. I will not have to be washing plates. Like, oh, you see all those attendant scenes. Don't stress me. I will just, please, relieve me. And the way I would do it, you cannot blame my auntie for the breakup, even though she would have advised me, why will he be asking you to visit friends and all of that? If you want to take a girl out, take a girl out. If you want to take her back, take her back. And take her when she wants to go. So don't take me out and will be... The way I would just cancel those things and handle it as if it is my own decision so that they don't rubbish off my family. Because the gossip quickly was, is the allergy's daughter. Is the allergy that... No, they are looking for high class. They are looking for low class. If you like, let the class be class. The decision, I would really wish every young girl would be able to own their yes and no's. It is important. When the chest sits, because it is you who is asking God for something, and what you're asking God for, you need to be clear in asking it. Imagine you being in a relationship, they're already insulting you, they're setting standards. One, asked my younger sister for a date. And while she was in school, she didn't come back to Lagos. And then they had a party all the way in the village because she was schooling in Benin. And he was asking her to travel. I called her, I said, if I hear, say you visit their village, he has not even come to see us. Why are you going to? He said, he's just disturbing me. He's been calling me. I said, can I have his number? I said, sister, don't help me. I will do what you want.
But you see, I don't want us to assume that some of these girls are stupid or foolish or just immature. Because sometimes when I think we said it on this show before that sometimes you meet your true love, somebody that you really, like your heart is totally longing for and you guys totally connect body, spirit, and soul. And that connection happens so early. And he's a perfect guy. And he's a perfect guy. She's a perfect woman. And both of you connect. And things are perfect. Year one, and you're like, you know what, let's wait till we finish school. You know, you start work together. And you plan to get married. But then at some point, you started seeing those flags. Maybe circumstances. He lost his job. Something happened. Something caused a change in his behavior. And then you're thinking, okay, he's misbehaving. Maybe he hit you one, maybe second because he's angry. Something happened. But this is a man that both of you have built a very good foundation in the beginning. A family, Lord wants to advise you, stay with him. Things are difficult. It's because of what he's going through that is why he mistakenly hit you, or that is why this happened. So society tries to help you to reason out a lot of things. And you also think, why would I want to throw away 4 years with this guy? Because, okay, did this. So those are some of the circumstances that make a woman say, you know what, I will stay. I don't want to break up. I want to just manage the thing. Why is that a problem?
Nothing is manageable. It's as simple as that. No, it's true. Because you can't reach my own age and not have been through a number of breakups.
That's true.
So I know that nothing is... I had a relationship that... in fact, I tried to break up with the guy several times. It's a lie. We come back. You know, until I had it up to here. It was a terrible relationship. It was a terrible... And, you know, I think to myself, if I had married him, I'll probably be dead by now. Do you understand? Yeah. So, that's why there's nothing...
Going back. What was making you go back in the first place?
Because he kept begging.
That's what gets me.
And I was not strong enough to say no. Do you understand? So, I'm grateful that I eventually found the strength because God knows about the misery. Look, I don't want to go personal too much because I've had... Shebi, I'm divorced.
But let me come to you.
So let me respond to what you say. said about life could happen and then he changes his behavior. Nothing changes anybody's behavior. This is true psychology, sociology, whatever you want to call it, nothing. The difficult times bring out the real you. Your core self is what comes out in the face of crisis. And in life, crisis must happen. If it doesn't happen in year 1, it will happen in year 2. If it doesn't happen in year 2, it will happen in year 3. If it doesn't happen in year 3, you meet in year 10, in year 20, it will happen. But it's what is inside. When you plant mango, when it's yielding fruit with the harsh conditions and everything, can never yield orange. It will yield mango. So it's what's within that will come out. As it is within, so it is without. Now, if you are in a relationship, initially when you start a relationship, you bring out your best self. Your representative self is what goes for that dinners and does lunches. Your good behavior self is what you present. That's not the real you. Now, when you get into a relationship for year 1, year 2, year 3, you start pulling off the mask gradually. And then the real you starts coming out. If in that your real you, you are a nasty person, you are a wicked person, you are a wife beater or a husband beater, because some women actually beat their husbands. They don't just come out to tell us because of their ego and all of that. Or you are an abuser, whatever it is that you are, comes out when the pressure is tough. I've seen people who have lost their jobs. We have all had one experience or the other and all of that. You didn't, the people didn't just start beating their partner because they lost their job. That's not who they are. Who they are is that whether there's a job or not, I love this woman and I will care for you. Whatever we have, we will manage. Baby, I'm still looking for work. Be praying for me. That's who they are. And that's what will come out in that crisis. But if this person has been bottling some things because he was presenting the good side when the relationship was sweet, when the tough times come, now you go collect. So when you start seeing the red flags when the tough times come, auntie, he's not going to change back to who he was before. He may change for a time when things go good, but do you want to stay in a relationship with somebody who is fluctuating like the waters and the ocean, waving today and waving? You need to stay with somebody who is stable, who has their emotions in check. So you must see that red flag at the time and now ask yourself, can I live with this? That's where the conversation is. If you want to,
if you don't get sense, your families will tell you say you can't. That's what I is saying, that it's a long journey. You can't. It cannot work.
No, some people say.
Let me. Moraya, I want to add this one.
Red flag is red flag. You know what red is?
So you see that staying. You're staying for one thing
or the other.
When we were in school, you know what all the girls stayed for. If he has a brighter future, he's a first classer, already is on scholarship, you're looking at, I'd just stay here.
Yes,
let me just, make I just stay here and I in the flower. There was a friend. Very sad. They chop slap when they were in Polytechnic. The day that guy graduated in the university, in Unilag, London, she cooked rice. She put it inside cooler. You know what now broke our hearts? We now attended convocation. Only my friend. Cooler for head, cooler for hand. The guy and his friends were in front. Is this convocation that she cook and come? No, this one that you go put up now because you have bright future. Do you know they later married? The day we gather, they just call me. They say don't break 2 for our head. We should gather. All of us knew. There was nothing. There was nothing. Okay, if you love someone and the person had done all they can, it is appreciation to even carry the cooler. He was with a fleet of stupid girls.
They carry load, you did
in front of her. Well, my mother-in-laws are seeing me because his sisters too were there. Nobody called him back. He valued the whole set of family. Nobody called him back that help her. She now says she's doing wife duties plus girlfriend duties. Now she carry cooler. I can't ask her, let me go follow you carry cooler for this guy. Say help me, help us. I don't go fit to help.
Just say, our parents growing up, they used to stop us. They used to call them preach exemption. I mean, was it no sex? What is it called?
Yes,
it was chastity.
Chastity. They used to preach. That's what I'm looking for in my head.
It will come.
It will come. They're asking us to
abstinence.
Abstinence. Thank you. God bless you. They're preaching abstinence to us as children, and I found that as I was growing up, one of the reasons why abstinence was preached was because when you are intimate with a partner, there's a connection that happens that is made difficult for you to leave. Different reasons. Number one, you feel that your body and soul has connected. Secondly, society has seen you together and as a couple. Now, one of the issues I had growing up was the fact that I used to break up very quickly. 3 months maximum, because I was not...
Your record no reach my own.
Wait,
Save
I
your
was
saving
breaking
grace.
up. Like, the point is that I had different people I was dating. They want to go to the next level. I will not allow them. I say, well, hasta la vista, bye-bye, you can go.
But that's your
because
side.
that was me. But it was easy for me to break it because we're not intimate. For me, I'm asking a question. Do you think intimacy is also a problem that's causing many of these men or women to stop, not to refrain or restrict themselves from breaking up?
Because it will be shocking to see somebody in my faith telling you that it doesn't count. Because I saw too many. That deflower me fraud. A friend of mine said in 9 years of abusive marriage because of this deflower issue. At the end of the day, she had to leave. We treated infection back to back.
Oh my goodness.
Deflowered her out of the house.
Yes. It's not about being sexually active or not.
No, the mistake is, don't make the mistake of having premarital sex. I would say that. It saves you because you were breaking up. That was your saving grace. That was you protecting yourself. But if you do make the mistake, don't die there. This person, see, this one, you are not, see, 3 things you should never do. Don't have premarital sex. If you do, don't die there. They move now. The second thing, those ones that used to swear, after you now, I will die without you. Don't do that.
No, head over heels.
Yes, those ones. If I can't breathe without you, I will die without you. You know what? No, that's infatuation. You're still trying.
Yeah.
See, God will bless Eniola's uncle that told us early when we were 15 that relationships are for breakups. Thank God that man told us that thing because I just put it in my left hand that you are supposed to be in relationship to know somebody to see whether you should continue with.
Why didn't you put it in your right hand?
No, because I used to eat. I put it here. I put it here, close to my heart. I put it there. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed trying to know somebody and not knowing the person and letting it go. I enjoyed it because it's the time that you would let it go. That's when you're in a relationship, you look at the person, you don't get it.
I love where she has gone to. Can I add to it? So I had a friend who, while we're in the university, she would not sleep with anyone. And when I asked her, she was like, she finds it difficult to let go if the person starts misbehaving tomorrow. So it was safer for her to just keep herself because she knows how she really gets attached to all that.
Yeah.
I'm her friend. I don't care. I don't care. You do anyhow.
Get out of
you
here.
will go with your boxers. I no send you. And it was also me trying to understand where I'm going to. Now, if I don't see, it doesn't necessarily mean that, we've had a conversation here sometime where we said so relationships must find their way into marriage. That's the essence of the relationship. At a certain age, that wasn't why I was dating. Marriage was not at the back of my head. I was just having fun. And if in the midst of having fun, you do anyhow, you collect, you see anyhow, we move on. In fact, I had a reputation that people were always waiting for, this one goes to make you go, Beecee, I don't like you since. So I was not in a space to think that if I leave you, I will not find somebody. But you have been in a left, right, and center. Another peak, is it, do I like this one? No. This one is not tall enough. This one is not, because I knew who I was and I knew where I was going. And I also had a background that quickly opened my eyes to what I will not take from anybody. So as you're coming, I have, left somebody because he insulted my family, just made a very nonsense comment, and that was the end of the relationship. I had left somebody because I said we should come and take an oath, and this happened when I was really very young. In my head, I'm like, why am I taking a blood oath with you, and I don't even know if I will like you tomorrow? And it was shocking to him that, so you're saying you will not like me tomorrow? I said, because I'm growing. I may see somebody better tomorrow that I like and I want to leave you. That blood oath ties me. I ran away from the person because of that. So I could see some red flags. I knew that I cannot even this is my life. I suffered though. If I give you my history, you will hear where I'm coming from. I suffered though. I went through a lot as a child. I didn't want to do that in relationship because relationship is longer. And I also knew that I wanted to raise kids in a healthy foundation. So if I'm meeting a madman, I know you cannot be the father to my children. Have you seen my kids? They are lovely people. Imagine if I had somebody who was pouring me back to back, and then I'm damaging those children in the name of raising them. I won't take it.
So I was going to say that, I remember when the guy I dated right before my husband, I can't forget, he's we were both of us were in the ministry, one of the churches, popular churches here in Nigeria, and we're dating. So, and while we're dating, we're at the point where both of us decided to, I'm not even sure who broke up. I think he broke up with me, saying that he's sure I won't be a submissive wife. I'm too confident. I'm too outspoken. He's very, I think he broke it off. But people around us were desperately trying to keep us together because we're both like ministers. I was head usher in that church. And he was a pastor, that was an assistant pastor kind of. So we were so perfect, we looked so good together, and pastor just liked the two of us. He comes to his office, and how you guys doing? You know, and we used to like all the fun activities together. But we could have used that to say, you know what, let us just make it work. I'm putting under pressure. But both of us said, you know what, we just knew that he had to leave. He just thought I wouldn't be a submissive wife. And he wanted a submissive wife.
But heaven did not fall for him. Let's even come.
But you're actually a submissive wife.
Know, but he misread me.
Yes.
Unfortunately, he misread me.
No, maybe because of him now you're not submissive. Maybe
you were not initially.
Because all of us get stubborn for body. You know me, I'm just learning to be submissive. But the difficult one is those ones where they are paid for wedding hall. Car don't die. They are now seeing signs.
Nima.
Even on wedding day.
Nima is difficult.
Sign day.
Nima is difficult.
It's not difficult.
Let's be realistic.
It can be difficult.
Very difficult.
But
and let's be fair.
it can be a mistake to go ahead.
Yes.
You know, I'm only talking from experience. So
Yes.
it can, you can say, I want to, no, I must marry, and then you go ahead. That period of your life will be miserable.
Try.
It will be miserable. Because I did it. I knew that I was making a mistake.
But you got into it.
I knew because the signs were there. The signs were there. But I said, no.
Get married. Everybody's getting married.
Let me just go through it.
See, it's difficult to get to. But now, if you got one of those Oyinbo weddings where you go to do wedding, you call 20 people, and that one you can walk away from the altar. But our own African wedding, where family is involved, there's introduction, there's activity, everybody, you print card, you take hall, you get MC, you get caterer, everybody's ready, the family has flown in from all over the world. You now come and say you don't do again, and you do.
There was one my auntie just said. This one I really think.
No, but before you reach that stage is where you should have.
No, this one found out the morning of our wedding, a family secret. She was like, you were like this? Something criminal the guy had done was a secret until the morning. They trap, bam, shock her, catch her. She just finished the wedding and refused to follow to the house.
Before.
The old people that came to see drama saw drama. In fact, couple dance was, she danced. And then she said, which bank?
Which house?
Which house? My lawyers will contact you.
Simple.
You're kidding me?
Yeah.
Silently, my auntie was giving me this story, telling me, Nima, it is possible to marry anything because my auntie really didn't choose my husband. From the day that I brought my husband to the house to the day we married, even at the wedding, was saying, you, Nima, this is not who I choose for you. Oh. The conversation was still going on. So she had called me. Said, you remember this, my friend? I said, yes. Said, do you know what she did? She told me, I said, She said, wait, carry that phone. Hello? This is my sister, what you did. That one's when I said, Nima, maybe God not let what I went through happen to you, but this is what happened. She did not choose that, so she kept giving me stories and of examples of people to give me that option of can work out. You know, for me to see real life examples.
24 hours, I think, right?
She did not even do. She did not even. I didn't even understand the legalities of what she did at the time. But that day, she just said, after the wedding, after all the dancing, your families have been entertained, mine have been entertained. We can go our separate ways. And she went and she stayed in her father's house till the time I was speaking to her. She had not married. At the time I was marrying, my auntie's age mate, she had not married, but she gifted me that blessing of if it reach worse to worse, now people shame you. They look just stay for your own peace of mind.
That's the way no get shame.
Let me go on a short break. When we come back, we'll bring in other angles. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.